Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Writer here again with more Kiramager news on the same day, or Kiramager news. I'm gonna have to get used to saying it. Actually, I don't even know necessarily how you say it, because no one said it to me, but I'll find out. But I'm gonna call it Kiramager for now. But like literally, maybe 10 minutes after my video this morning uploaded with the first look, we got the more or less fuller look, not like Fuller House, but fuller look at the suits and the weapons and at least one of the mecha. As of this recording, we've only seen one of them. I'm gonna put this video up talking about all the pictures we just got. If anything more happens today, such as a better look at more of the mecha or anything like that pops up, I'll do a video tomorrow or, you know, whenever it comes out. But if anything comes out today, I'll kind of give you guys a break. But like, this is a good enough start, I think. You know, we got a good look at some stuff to talk about in this video. So we have a full look at all the suits, and I'm a little mixed on them in some ways. Like from the neck down, like the suit looks a little bit basic. For sure, that's something people have been saying. That's something I noticed. Kind of like, obviously very different style, but in the vein of Zyuohger and Tokuger, a little bit more, like I said, basic. I don't necessarily have a huge problem with it. I like aspects of it. It's one of those ones where, like I just said, I like some of the stuff going on, but I feel like it's just missing something. Like, it looks like there was something there, and it's been erased, like from the timeline. Damn it, Barry, but that's that. But I really do like the helmets, which I obviously talked about a bit in today's video earlier, but I really do dig the helmets. I think they're kind of this neat mix of sort of familiar but unique, and then of course they have this whole gem thing going on, which is part of their powers and stuff, but it's in the helmet design too, which I think is really cool because they feel very future techy, but also kind of a little bit of a weird, like, science magic to that feel. The only description I've seen as of this video, again, I'll update in future ones with more detailed story stuff depending on what comes out, but it was that they used the power of Kiramental or something, or Kiramental? Fundamentals. Anyway, but that's something there, so it's kind of an interesting look with that. And we have sort of more individual looks at all of them. I'm probably cycling. Future me's hopefully cycling the pictures on screen as we speak. Get on it, Future me. But yeah, so we got like individual looks of them, and then obviously the team pick that I should have started this video with, anticipating Future me's moves and stuff like that. And there is one subtle difference amongst the sashes, in that 3 of them have a solid line and a couple of them have a dashed line, which supposedly I've seen some people say might indicate that we have one of those situations, kind of like Goanger or Ryusoulger, where you had like a team of 3 and then a team of 2, and then it's kind of like both a core 3 and a core 5 at the same time. Goanger is a better example, or like the perfect example, because like the suits were like 98% the same, but they had like that one detail that was different. Ryusoulger is weird because they're all the same suit, but then you had green and black doing, and still doing to a degree, that thing where they're together but not. And then, you know, you have something like Kiramager, and like, I don't know, I like that dynamic. I almost feel like at this point it's a little bit overdone, especially after Looppat. I mean, overdone in recent years. But I do like that dynamic. I just, if that's the case, and it's not just because apparently the, you know, the ones with the striped and the dashed also indicate the ones that have land vehicles versus sky vehicles. So who knows, maybe they're not separate, because there's nothing in the pictures that keeps them separate, but I don't think Ryusoulger did either. But it's possible that there's no 3-2 thing, and it just might indicate they're different pilots. That could be that too. But what I was about to say was, if they do that, a 3-2 thing again, I want to see it be more like Kiramager, where the winds and the thunders were clearly cut from the same cloth in terms of like design choices of the way everything looked, but they also more clearly stood out. Like, whether it's this one or in the future, that's something I'd rather see if you're gonna have like a sort of 3-2 split or anything like that. Not talking about a versus series like Looppat, but like something like Kiramager, just make them more distinct. I think that's cooler than like, these guys are a different team because, see that like one piece of lint? Yeah, the other 3 don't have that. So that's what I'd like to see. Anyway, long-winded stuff aside, moving on from the suits, we got a look at the weapons. You have the sword, what's it called, the Kimosabi saber, and then the blaster. And the saber looks fine. Both weapons are kind of like, very rarely do I have Sentai weapons that pop out at me and say, I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome. Like, usually it's like, oh, yeah, that's fine, or that's ugly, and this is kind of that's fine territory, and they combine. The only note I have is that the blaster has like this thing where you drop like the gimmick into it, I think, and it reminds me of, or at least the design of it looks like, you might remember when you were little, I think they probably still make them for kids now, but they had like those blasters where you dropped like a little foam pellet into it and it fired the discs off. I have one that's a Millennium Falcon somewhere at my parents' house, but that's what that reminds me of. And then we have a look at the changer, or what I'm like 99% sure is the changer. I'm just covering it in case it's not. It's like a wrist thing, kind of based on a tire. Looks like a tire watch. I actually really dig it. I mean, I think the toy will probably be a little bit bulky, but it feels a little bit sleeker, and I like the idea of just having that. We did have finally a return to wrist changers with Ryusoldier, but it was kind of weird, because I felt like it was obvious they were going to make it the sword, but then they decided to do the wrist changer also to cover all the nostalgic bases, but I really dig that so far. I think it has potential to be kind of a cool toy. I hope that it's not too bulky, because I like the idea of an actual... I mean, obviously it's a little bit of a big tire, but it still feels a little bit sleeker than some changers, so I kind of dig that. And then the only mecha we got to look at so far is Red's, which is like a car, and it's got also that kind of gemmy, crystal-y look to it, which I think is kind of cool. It's not 100% my cup of tea, but I like that it sets itself apart just a little bit. So as of this recording, like I said, this is all the base level information that we have. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I know as of this recording. There's a chance when you see this, depending how far in the future, there's more. Again, I'll keep you updated. If there's more on the mech or something really significant about the details that happen, I'll try to do something tomorrow, but otherwise I'll wait for more information. But as of now, we got a clear look at what we all wanted to see, which was the suits and the morpher and stuff like that. So now that we have a more clear look than just earlier today when I said this, what do you guys think of it? Are you excited for it? Do you like the designs? Is there anything you'd change? What do you want to see out of the Six Rangers? Please no gold or silver. Please, please. Like, you know, I ended up really liking, like, Ryusol Gold suit's actually my favorite. His helmet is just amazing. But, and same thing with Lupats. I ended up liking it, but it's just not special anymore. Do something different. Just have an original thought. Anyway, I'm gonna go before I do a rant about no more Golden Six Rangers. Until next time, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications for my videos. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.